Welcome to Binge Watchers, where we talk about the stories and characters we love and the shows they live in. My name is Ron, and let's talk about Flash and Arrow in the same video. Craziness. So the Flash and Arrow are both coming back from their mid-season breaks this week, and let me just say that I hate mid-season breaks. Just give me the show, give me all of it now, on my face now. In preparation for Legends of Tomorrow, which is also this week, I caught up on season 2 of The Flash and season 4 of Arrow, and now I'm here to talk about it. So if you've seen my review for season 1 of The Flash, you know that I liked it because it found a fantastic balance between being just a silly, fun comic book show and telling actual stories I could care about. Arrow didn't really get there for me, at least not until this season. Shows like Arrow, The Flash, or Supernatural, for example, serve a purpose. I don't watch them for the same reasons I watch the heavyweight dramas like Breaking Bad or Mad Men. I watch The Flash for pure entertainment and fun, and because it can be a lot of fun to get caught up in these over-the-top, ridiculous stories. Being a fan of these shows and getting excited about them is fun, and often it's more than just about the story they're telling. The show has its own lore, its own mythology, and these shows, especially Supernatural, which this video isn't even about, are very good at rewarding you for getting into that lore. So when you have two shows that complement each other so well, like The Flash and Arrow, double the fun, man. So let's start with The Flash. I've been enjoying season 2 like crazy. It's almost completely serialized, and when they do have a Freak of the Week sort of thing, it's heavily linked to the story. The show still fully embraces the craziness and the fun, and pretty often the characters would even stop and say something about how crazy and weird and ridiculous everything around them is. It's like the show just tells you, we know. And season 2 is pretty crazy. It's about dealing with the singularity, the portal that links Earth 1 and Earth 2. So basically they can do anything with any character and explain it with either parallel universe or time travel. Apart from this season just being crazy fun, I found myself really getting into some of these stories. The main story arc about how they deal with the breaches that Zoom uses to send bad guys to Earth 1 is cool. I thought it was good. Barry's personal stuff was even interesting. It's a good time. My least favorite character is still Iris. Just like in season 1, I thought her character was bland and her personal stuff was just not as interesting as the rest. And Arrow. Well, Arrow came a long way. I watched all previous seasons of Arrow. I did skip some episodes here and there, but I generally enjoyed it. I can't say that I really liked it. Some episodes and some story arcs were good and engaging. I like Deathstroke as a villain, and I like the dynamic between John and Oliver, but the show never had the same balance as The Flash. I get that it's a darker show and Oliver is very different from Barry, but Arrow just never brought me to the point where I'm caught up in the story and I'm really having fun with it. One of the reasons being that it's an incredibly repetitive show, even for a Freak of the Week type of show. Almost every story ends the same. I feel that with season 4 of Arrow, it kind of got to where The Flash is at season 2. Season 4 of Arrow is already my favorite season of the show, and I'm finally having a lot of fun with the show. Oliver became a more interesting character, the action scenes are way better, Damian Dark is a badass villain, and the dynamic between the members of Team Arrow also became more interesting. It feels like they learned some lessons from The Flash, even though it's the same people that make these shows. The crossover episodes were absolutely great, and I even like the one that was on Arrow a little bit better. I think they did a really good job in both episodes in making sure that the hero of the show you're watching is still the center of things, but the other one, Oliver or Barry, depending on which of the episodes you're watching, is still very much the center of another story that's happening in the same time. You could really see that, you know what I mean? Both shows still have those long-winded, made-up science speeches to explain stuff, which is important for the story sometimes, I get it, but I still always tune out for those. The Felicity and Cisco tech speeches are exhausting at this point. And both shows, but especially Arrow, still have a scene in almost every episode where sad music plays and someone learns a valuable life lesson. We're in this together. We all make our own choices, and we chose to be here together, by your side. Together. And they also straight up do that Young and the Restless thing where, for example, Oliver and Felicity are arguing about something and then just one of them just turns their back to the other to face the camera while they're still arguing. Who does that? If you and I were arguing about something and then you just turned your back at me but continued the argument, I would just be like, are you, what's happening right now? And you'd be like, I can't really fault these shows for these things because it's a part of what these shows are. And I think that both of these shows got even better at the balancing act between a crazy story that doesn't make any sense and good storytelling that make you want to get into that story. Since The Flash was already kind of good at that, I still like The Flash a little bit more, but I'm having a lot of fun with season 4 of Arrow. What about you? What do you think about the new seasons of Flash and Arrow, and are you excited for Legends of Tomorrow? Do you think it's gonna be good? Do you think it's gonna be more of the same? And also, who's your favorite character on both of these shows, excluding Barry and Oliver? For me in Arrow, it's probably gonna be either Damien Darhk because he's just a badass, excellent villain, or Papa Lance because I like that he's always making fun of them for the costumes. And on Flash, I don't know. I'm really liking Patty Spivot. I'm really liking her character. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to invite more people into the conversation, feel free to share this video with your friends. That feels weird. I'm not gonna ask you to do that again. Remember, you can go to bingewatchers.space/vote and vote on what gets reviewed next on this channel. And if you're finding Binge Watchers for the first time, I'd like to invite you to join the Binge Watchers community and subscribe to the channel and talk about TV. Well, that's a lot of fun. But in any case, keep binging, and I will see you next time.